Hello fellow cinephiles, Film Guru here. Today I'm reviewing Boy Erased. This was directed by Joel Edgerton. This film was based upon the memoir of Gerrard Conely, and it stars Lucas Hedges, Nicole Kidman, Russell Crowe, Joel Edgerton and Flea. And it's the story ultimately of Gerrard, played by Lucas Hedges, a preacher's son he's forced by his Baptist preacher father to participate in a church-supported gay conversion program. And this has detrimental effects to him, and it really looks at how he sort of has to come to terms with things and accepting parts of him he doesn't like or that other people tell him he shouldn't accept, and really trying to navigate through this, how he feels about things, what he's learnt and how he tries to evolve as a person, and the internal struggles that he does go through throughout the period of this film and the experiences that he does have. I was really impressed with this film. I'm a big fan of Joel Edgerton. I like him as an actor, but I've been really impressed with him as a director as well. And this is his second film as director, his first being The Gift. He wrote both these films that he directed. This one was based obviously upon a book, so he transcribed that from the book to the screen. He's slowly becoming a really solid filmmaker. He's a really solid actor and gives great performances. And the two films that he has directed, he has also acted in. And that's a lot to take on for a first-time director as well, to be acting and directing a film all together. But he does it so effortlessly and is brilliant filmmaker, I think. And here he's really crafted a really powerful and somewhat shocking film. He's crafted it in such a way, he's surrounded himself by really great actors such as Nicole Kidman, Russell Crowe and also Lucas Hedges. He's showing a story, warts and all, He's showing exactly what transpired for Gerrard and what experiences he did have. And you really get a sense of who he is from this film. You go on the journey with him. He's the eyes into the world that we're pursuing. And I think having that sort of character, and we experience ultimately everything he does, is quite powerful and a great way into the story. And Joel Edgerton really knows how to capture that, I think. And you can really tell this is written by an actor as well, because there's particular scenes that don't have any dialogue, but you know exactly what's going on. It's very effective. And the characters he's created in this, which are based upon true people, I do understand that, but the characters he's written here are very well-rounded, and you know a lot about them through their actions and how they react to things and how they're trying to work through circumstances they're going through or situations that do arise. I don't think he wastes anything in this. There's no piece of dialogue that's wasted, no shot that doesn't have a point or purpose. The story is very tight and well put together and very to the point, and it's a very raw and powerful film. And he's done such a fantastic job with this. I'll be surprised if this film isn't nominated this year at the Oscars, and him for director as well, because I think he's crafted such a wonderful film. Even though it is tough going in parts, it is such a powerful and well-made film that I think needs to be seen by a wider audience. The acting. Lucas Hedges is slowly starting to become a really solid actor. I've only seen him in a handful of films. I guess he hasn't been in that much anyway. Like things like Lady Bird, I thought he was okay in. Manchester by the Sea, he did a really fantastic job there and had really great scenes opposite Casey Affleck and was able to hold his own. In this film, he's sort of evolved again as an actor, and he's been able to experience so much more and express himself. And he does a great way of internally, externally showing the struggle that this character is going through, this young man who's trying to make sense of things, and he really captures that. And you really feel for him in so many scenes, and we experience everything he experiences. He's in every scene of the film, and I think he does a fantastic job from start to finish. He goes toe-to-toe with some really great actors such as Joel Edgerton, Nicole Kidman and Russell Crowe, and he holds his own with all of these actors in such a great way. And I'm really impressed with his performance here, and he's able to shine really here. And this is maybe the film that really shows him to the world and allows him to do a lot more. And I'd like to see where he goes after this, because I think he's a really solid up-and-coming actor and he's doing a really great job in the films he has appeared in. Nicole Kidman's really great in this as the conflicted mother of Gerrard and trying to support her son, but also a husband, and she goes along with a lot of things without saying her opinion on what she thinks of it. And throughout the film you get to see her finally say what she thinks, be able to say her own opinion without being swayed by anybody else. And she's very, very solid in here. Nicole Kidman's an actress I'm not a huge fan of, but occasionally she does a role or a character I really thoroughly enjoy, and this is definitely one of them. And there's been talk that she'll be nominated for an Oscar for it, and I don't doubt she probably will be. She does a really solid job in this film and in the scenes that she does have. Joel Edgerton's in it as well, and he does a solid job. Like, I think he's a very solid actor, and I'm very impressed with the roles he takes on and him as an actor and director, and I think he does a really great job in this film as well. And Flea appears as well from Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he does a little sort of role, and I think he's quite solid in it, and he really suits the role that they've got him for in this particular film. But I think the standout here for me is Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe was fantastic in this film. Such a subtle performance, but so powerful. An actor truly at the top of his game, and is able to express so much with hardly any words. And he plays a character, Marshall, Gerrard's father, who really struggles with his son coming out as gay and his father not knowing what to do. And Russell Crowe really captures that. Just the way he cries in moments or says things or does things is so very powerful. And to me, he really steals the show, and I was so impressed with his performance. I just think he ups the game and ups the ante quite a bit in the scenes he does have. And just that father and son thing with him and Lucas Hedges, I think is really great and encapsulates that. And you really believe that they're father and son, and you really believe the conflict that they're facing and the conflict within him of not knowing what to do or how to express how he feels about things. And he just sort of doesn't say anything about what's transpired, but his son really wants him to, but he can't find the words or is able to do that. And I kind of thought he was brilliant in every scene he was in. He did a fantastic job. This film is powerful, but also shocking in so many ways. There's so many scenes that transpire in this film that are hard to watch. This film really had an effect on me emotionally. There were so many emotions that you go through, anger and sadness and frustration and annoyance and all these things that you feel through this film. You don't know how to feel or think about it, and you just have to experience it, much like the character has experienced it, I guess. And there's a handful of scenes like that in this film that really frustrated me and upset me and saddened me. And one in particular that takes place when he's at college. I won't get into spoilers here, but that scene goes on for so long and in one take, and it is so shocking, I guess is the best word to describe it. It makes you feel so many different things, makes you feel uncomfortable, but I understand why Joel Edgerton did it that way. He did it to really show what happened and the emotions that each person who's involved goes through. Especially Gerrard, Lucas Hedges' character, just how this event affects him ultimately. And there's a handful of things throughout there where I was just angered by what was said and done. Like there's a scene which is also in the trailer, so I'm not giving too much away here, where Joel Edgerton's character, Victor, says to one of the young guys, if you don't try and change, God will never love you the way you are. And that just blew my mind. I just felt enraged. Because I just felt, who is this person to speak on behalf of God and say what he thinks God would think and feel, and say, this is what they would say, this is what they would think, where that person has no idea of how they would say, what they would say or what they would think. And I think it's so wrong. And I think this film really dives into that sort of idea of things. It isn't a beautiful and wonderful world. It's very dark and challenging. It's a very challenging film, is probably the best way to describe it. And things arise in it. And there's another scene that takes place where they're punishing this young guy for not following the rules ultimately. And they ultimately humiliate him. The sequences that transpire with this are just so disgusting. They just take you by surprise, and they make you feel frustration and anger for the way that this particular character is treated. It's not an easy film to watch, but I think it's a very important film. And I think whether you feel it isn't the film for you, you should definitely see it to see what transpired for this young guy and how he overcame so much. Final verdict. Look, if you like a well-made film with solid acting and a really great story, you'll probably thoroughly enjoy this. Like I said, I don't know if this film will be for everyone, but I think people need to see this. They need to see what can transpire sometimes in this world, and how these gay conversion programs can sometimes have detrimental effects on people. I just think it's important. It's a very important film to come out now and to talk about these things and to show us a world that we probably don't know anything about, and to show it in such a powerful way, I think is just a testament to Joel Edgerton as a filmmaker and as an actor as well, and a writer, and he does such a great job. This film I had to sit with this film a little while to really collect my thoughts about what I wanted to say about it, and my score too. I had to really think about it. But it's a film that I couldn't really find any flaws with, or anything I didn't like, or anything that was wasted and not used in a good way, and there's no scene that didn't serve some sort of purpose for the story. So I've decided to give this film 5 out of 5 because I think it's such a great film, so well done, even though it raises certain feelings and emotions in me and frustrations. It's still such a great film and deserves high praise, I do think. And like I said, I think it will be nominated for the Oscars for a wide range of things. And this film is definitely on my top 10 of the year, based upon the way it's made, the subject matter, and how the story is told. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do appreciate all the subscribers I do have out there. And look, if you do like what you see on this channel, please hit subscribe down the bottom. Anyway, as always, until next time, enjoy the movies.